Hello, everyone. Crazy world we live in. We have the First Amendment, freedom of speech, and got different opinions, but somebody doesn't like it, something you say, and you get killed for it. I have a problem with that. It's just crazy. So much misinformation out here right now. Please watch where you get your news from. And I'm not gonna go on which party. If you can't figure out, I can't tell you what to believe in. But I do want to educate you a little bit on a couple facts, that nothing about that part of it, but just on the firearm part of it. So, supposedly, they have shown a 30-06. Here's a 30-06 round. They're saying it's a Mauser 98. Really, it just shoots the same thing as the Springfield round. So the Mauser was developed in 1898. That's how it got the 98. The 30-06 was designed or produced in 1906 by the U.S. military for the Army troops. Both are very popular. Mauser is just basically a German manufactured brand, and many people have taken those, and so many people have Mausers, different brands now. Same with a 30-06 Springfield. It's not just one brand of firearms, like Ruger, Savage, Weatherby, Winchester, Remington. They all, and many more, make a 30-06. So that's the .06 part, is from 1906. This is a long cartridge. It's a high-powered cartridge. As you can see, it's over 3 inches long. And this really bothers me because people are saying he had to be a professional sniper. No, he did not. See, for people that don't understand, out west, it's very typical for us to have bolt action rifles for hunting. And 200 yards, he didn't even, it was shorter than 200 yards where he shot from. Anyway, 200 yards is usually where hunters will go and sight their rifles in. And they sight their rifles in to make sure it hits on a target. They want a tight group. I'm going to leave some pictures at the end of this so you get an idea what I'm talking about. And hold on, let me get this a little closer so I can explain something. So the firearm they're showing, I don't know if that's really the firearm or not, that the FBI's released. But you'll notice these are scope rings. And that's what attaches it to, trying to be careful here, to the main part of the rifle. Right there. So, or you can have open sights, but I think he had a scope. Anyway, when you go to the range, I'm going to take these off. There's these dials on here. And that's for adjustment. So, this one goes from left to right. This one goes top to bottom. And every little click is a 1/4 of an inch, because I'm going to show you paper at the end that you go and sight your gun on. And it takes a little doing. Once you get it dialed in, it should hit where you want. But the way to move these is using a screwdriver right here. And you have to, it takes a lot of rounds to get it dialed in just where you want it. So anyway, I noticed that that picture, which I left some pictures at the end, the scope mounts, which is really surprising to me. This mount is right next to the dial, and this one's up farther. That is so unusual. I've never seen a scope set up like that, because this would be the last place you'd want that ring, is next to, this is what dials in your crosshairs. And I'll show a picture of crosshairs too. So weird that it's that. You could see where mine's at. And I am short. I guess it might have been this one that was over here. I can't remember now, because the scope is way back this way. But yeah, you don't want this up against here. And for some of you that don't know, here, let me zoom out a little more. This is the end that you're going to be looking towards your target. This end, I'll zoom in. Oh. This end is your eyepiece. There's your eyepiece. And this is where you adjust to make it clear. So, yeah, I don't know why that was set up that way. And here, that's your stock, so you get an idea. That goes against your shoulder. And, yeah, scopes come in different... Hold on a minute. Scopes come in different variables. So, as you can see on mine, it's a 3x9x40. So that's telling you the magnification, and the 40 is actually the lens size on the back here. Now this is a common size for a 30-06, even though this one is not on a 30-06. I'm just using it for example today because it's a shorter rifle I can lay up on this table to share with you guys. There you go. Anyway, a lot of misinformation going on, and I'm going to show you something else so you get an idea about the size of this cartridge. Here is a 44 mag. It's a big round. This is usually shot in a pistol or revolver, but you can shoot it in a rifle if it's chambered for that. But yeah, it's got a, that's what you call a full metal jacketed hollow point. Let's put it that way. Jacketed hollow point, sorry. So that's got a lead core in it. And this is a soft tip lead core. Oops. So when it hits the target, what happens is this copper jacket just like peels back and fragments can come off of it. And there's a reason why I'm mentioning this, because I'm going to show you pictures. I'm going to warn you, if you don't want to see them, skip it. To me it looks like Charlie had a body plate on under his t-shirt. And there's a reason why I think that. In those pictures you can see it kind of move upward. I think he got hit in the chest. And I think a fragment off that copper jacket flew up and hit him in the neck. That's my feelings. I've been around firearms all my life and have a great respect for them. So that's just how I feel. We'll see what ends up. And here's an example. Like, these are what you would call self-defense rounds. You can tell they're made to peel back. Those little slots along the end. This is a 9mm. And this is, come on, a 380 auto. Pretty close to size, the bullet diameter, but the case is shorter. And a lot of times they call this one the baby to this one. Both are great, but I don't push firearms on anyone, but I think there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I'll be curious to find out. Every day we keep learning more. Now we know he had a roommate, boyfriend. The one thing I want to say about the media is, like, they've already photoshopped a Trump t-shirt on him. Why? You got to ask yourself, why do they do that? That person had to delete that post because it was fake. And I'm not telling you what side to believe or where your belief should be. I just want you to, this to me is like good versus evil. It's past the party part. It's good versus evil in this country. So that's my thoughts about it. And I'll tell you, this has really weighed on my mind a lot. I just can't even believe this kind of stuff happens in our country. An assassination, school shootings, a poor lady on a bus, riding the rail bus, refugee from another country, gets stabbed to death for no reason. No reason. Why? Why is all this stuff happening? I don't know, but I don't like it. All right, guys, have a great day. Stay safe. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. If it pertains to this, or if somebody else knows, that's fine. Yeah, I just wanted to just tell you a little bit about the 30-06, and yeah, it's a very common caliber because it shoots from a 110 grain bullet to a 220, or sometimes people use 240s. And the bigger bullet doesn't mean it's faster, and I'll put some ballistics at the end of this, but this is a 165. That's what I always used. So there we go. Have a great day, everyone. Bye. Since making the first part of this video, more stuff has come out. I'm going to leave some links for you, some channels for you to check out. And I think they're worth checking out in the description. But now we have somebody arrested for, what did they do? Destroying Charlie Kirk's memorial area where the public can come and leave flowers and stuff. This is getting crazier. I don't know. And I also wanted to add that him not being a professional at all. He had experience using firearms, yes. But yeah, I could take anybody out that wanted to use a firearm, show them how to use it, put them on a bench, and they could hit a target at 200 yards or further. It's not hard. He was not a professional. He made many mistakes, really. And I'm going to leave another channel in where you can see how he got the firearm in. It's very interesting. There's videos of him walking, excuse me, with a limp. There's a reason why. He had that thing tucked on his back, down his pant leg. There's no doubt in my mind. I'll leave links for all that stuff. Anyway, stay safe, people. Stay safe. And we should be able to talk without violence. You should be able to talk to people. You don't need to get mad. We're going to have different opinions, but we should be able to talk and not use violence. As I said before, violence is never the answer. Never.